What's something your teacher did to you that changed your life? He made me hold my breath in front of the entire school, on purpose. Mr. Blake was the kind of science teacher people made fun of behind his back. Tweed jackets, frizzy hair, breath that smelled like old coffee and pencils. I was in 10th grade, a borderline dropout with a court-mandated attendance record, and a long list of teachers who had written me off completely. I wasn't a bad kid, not really. I just didn't care. Didn't care about school, didn't care about grades, didn't care about people staring at me like I was the punchline to a joke they never told. So when Mr. Blake handed out the science fair project rubric, I tossed it in the trash in front of him. He didn't say a word, just picked it up, smoothed it out, and put it back on my desk. I told him I wasn't doing it. He said, okay, not with attitude, not with defeat, just okay. The deadline came and went. I turned in nothing. And instead of failing me, he asked if I would at least help set up chairs the day of the fair. That's all, just chairs. I said fine. He handed me a list of names and told me which student booths they went by. And that's when I noticed mine was on the list. What the hell is this? I asked him. He smiled and said, your booth is next to the fire exit. You've got 4 hours. I told him again I didn't do a project. He just shrugged and said, well, then do something else. I almost walked out, but I didn't. I don't know why. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was the fact that someone had bothered to write my name down next to a space in that gym. So I sat there staring at the empty table, wondering what a kid who'd never finished anything was supposed to do now. That's when I noticed something weird. Every project was complicated. Weather balloons, CO2 rockets, weird chemical reactions. I didn't have any of that, but I had my lungs. So I grabbed a Sharpie and a scrap of cardboard and wrote in big letters, how long can you hold your breath? I timed myself once, made a big number sign next to it. Then I added, beat me. That's it. That was my whole project. I expected to be mocked, but within an hour, I had a line. People came up and tried it. Some made it to 40 seconds, others tapped out at 20. I kept beating them. I was good at something. Stupid, yeah, but mine was the only table getting laughs and cheers. Mr. Blake came over near the end, just stood there, arms folded, watching the crowd around me. Then he said, all right, let's go. What? You and me? Head to head. People gathered. Phones came out. A girl I had a crush on was in the front row, smirking. Mr. Blake counted down and we started. I held my breath like my life depended on it. He was good, real good, but I beat him by 6 seconds. He shook my hand and said, you win, and so do I. What does that mean? I asked, still panting. He said, it means I knew you had something in you, something worth showing people, but you needed to remember what it felt like to try. I stood there, sweaty and confused while everyone else clapped, and for the first time, I felt proud of something I did in school. Not because it was genius, but because it was mine. He gave me an A, not just for the project, but for the semester, and next week, he handed me a brochure for a public speaking course, said he thought I'd be good at getting people's attention.